Too many projects, not enough time. This episode is going to be so exhausting. The whole episode I'm going to be exhausted. Guess what we're doing today? Working on ivy, because it's winter and not summer, where we work on the cabins and stuff at the lake. We're doing the exhaust. It's coming up on Christmas again. That wasn't me, that was the compressor. And we know what happened last Christmas. Remember? Boom! Woo! We got the old 4.6 to start up on those quad SUs. So are we going to see it fire up again? Albeit not blowing flames and sounding more like a Rover V8. Well, let's hope so, because let's build an exhaust. Alright, just kidding. That was just a fake walk away. Alright, hey, stick around to the end. We've got something new and exciting to share with you. Alright, so what we're starting with, a whole bunch of bits, a whole bunch of other bits, and more bits. So I do have the back end of tailpipe section of same manufacturer. What the hell was it? NRP. Off my old Range Rover. It's a little more squirrely than this one. This one came off a Defender 90, so really close to fitting properly, but close, but not quite right. I am going to decide during this video, do I send the exhaust out the side at the back like a Defender 90 would be, or do we shoot the exhaust out through the PTO hole in the rear crossmember? It gets it away from hanging down under the rear crossmember, for example. So I've got to decide that this episode. And what else we got? So back end of the 90, a whole bunch of 2-inch stuff, a 2-inch to 2.5-inch, which fits into that bit there, and this bit here came off. It's already put away already. Came off the white pipes out of the Range Rover. It was original Land Rover catalytic converter white pipes. All these bits, I had to do the new white pipe up front there. So I cut the very front section where it bolts to the manifold. They were stainless, so I cut them off, and they will bolt to there, and they have a 2-inch outlet, which is perfect, matches the 2-inch. And then the cats and all the piping are just all mild steel until we get to this very last back section where it goes from the white pipe into a 2.5-inch piece, which actually bolts to the NRP muffler and back section. So I cut that off. So stainless, 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 stainless. And if anyone needs the mild steel cats out of my Range Rover, they were still good. I still have them. They actually have the very front top flange bits as well. I actually got another set of them off from somewhere else. So all it's missing is this back tailpipe section, which you would have on the one you're taking off your Range Rover Classic anyway. Although it probably doesn't make any difference, but it was a long wheelbase. Anyway, first, where do we start? The front or the back? Alright, now you guys be careful sitting up there. We don't want you falling off. It's a long way down. Alright, so I've kind of put the muffler in basically where I want it to go. And I quickly put that in the white pipe, and when you slide that in here, oh my goodness, that actually pretty much lines up exactly where I want that one to go. Oh, hey guys. Well, I gotta say, doing camera angles for this video is gonna suck. Alright. Alright, we are gonna need basically, oh you bugger. Let's say 8 inches of pipe. You're cutting a nice straight line around your pipe. When your bandsaw says, "Not bugger off, I'm not cutting," is to get some paper and a permanent marker. A piece of paper, it's got a nice straight edge on it. You wrap it around so the ends are lined up like that, like the instructions from my press will work nicely. And then trace your line all the way around. And then get your handy dandy flapper disc, move it out of the way, and get your grinder. Remember, put your ear muffs on. What? You get your handy dandy burr wheel, not wheel, handy dandy burr machine. Takes them right out. Available at any sewing store near you. I mean metal welding shop. Look at that. No burrs in your fingers. Alright, next. Next is to weld that to there. Find your happy position. I'll be right back. Got to switch to stainless. Okay, we've switched the wires. We've switched to 100% argon, which is not the perfect gas mixture for stainless, but it's next to the best thing. And 100% argon is all I have, besides obviously the regular 75-25 mix. And we've tacked this twice. And let's go get this welded up. Feels pretty solid, just with tacks. Alright, now we're going to go to the other side, put in the other bank. Looking good. Broom broom. Alright, more thinking, more head scratching. So, we got 90s, we got 45s, but we need something somewhere in the middle. So, sometimes it's a good idea to grab a bit of welding wire and bend it up to roughly the dimensions you want to get you an idea of which is the better way to go. So we cut the inside of the 45 and make it tighter, but that's silly. We got the end of the 90 and we want to get to, let's see here, basically that. So what we can do with the 90, we can just do, start off with like 2 pie cuts across the back, going like 90% the way through, and then bend it open a little bit, and then go back, hold it in place, see what it looks like, come back, do some more pie cuts. Now we could get the little sections and do a whole bunch of like little pie cuts individually and try and hold them all together. Because we're starting with the 90, it'll make that easier. We'll just make pie cuts and it'll all be held together with a little bit of a spine in here. and then get it to the angle we want it, and then weld them all up. And it'll look like we've done a whole bunch of little pie cuts to get the angle we want. And so once we get that angle, we'll have to put a 90 at the bottom. We'll get to that. When we get to the bottom, we've got to dip down a little bit underneath the drive shaft for articulation. Now I could come straight down and go straight back, but up here at the front, because it's got Range Rover diffs and they got that weird counterweight there. That counterweight is pretty damn close to the bottom of here, so if it comes up, it's going to hit. And secondly, the diff is kind of here with the drive shaft as well. So if we can move this bend up and then come down, it'll move all of this away from all of that on the front diff. So I never have to worry about that being an issue. And more sweepy bends, better flow, more horsepower. Not that I need more horsepower in this car. Let's cut some slits. Yo, you're not even watching what I'm doing. Jeez. Alright, sorry about that. I had the camera pointed up at my face, squinting. So we made a series of pie cuts, and that will squish it all up tight. But will it make the bend roughly we need or want? I think that's actually going to be pretty damn close. Alright, let's tack that up and go hold it in place. Make the noises. Alright, let's go hold that up on the engine. Ow. Alright. Just enough to make any adjustments. Okay guys, well we got her all tacked together. I saved you the pain of hanging out underneath that vehicle with me. It was awfully tight quarters. It was really hard to get the camera in there to film, basically just cutting back and forth, trimming, tacking, but here it is. And there we go. 2-inch wide pipe into 1 2.5, and then through the back end. First thing we're going to do, now that we've got it off the car, I unbolted it, boop, dropped it down, put it back up onto the studs, just to make sure that this didn't go boing and spring anywhere on me. Now I've got to be careful when we weld this up that it doesn't spring, suck in, expand, so it doesn't go back onto those studs. So what I've done, just put some 3/8 bolts through the two points here, and just a piece of angle, and I'll weld them on there, and that'll stop these going in and out, and that should help stop things moving when we weld it all up. So let me start off by welding them into place, and then I'll get started on welding up all these seams and getting it all buttoned up. And okay guys, well, I tell you, that one was exhausting. We got the white pipe made up, got it in, and if you want to see the tail end of this video next weekend, which is Christmas, we will we'll get the tailpipe set up, and we may even make some anniversary vroom vroom noises, because we made some last year at Christmas time as well. Only this time it's going to sound so much sweeter with an exhaust. Anyway, great news. We now have our very first merch. We have, for Too Many Projects Not Enough Time, we have our TMP Net stickers, and for Camp Krakatini we have some Camp Krakatini stickers as well. If you'd like to pick up a sticker and support the channel, that'd be awesome. Big thank you to Peter Hopkins. Oh my goodness. Big thank you to Peter, who's already ordered his stickers, and they're already on the way in the mail. If you also follow us on Facebook, that's where sometimes things get early released. So always remember guys, I mean, I've never done an exhaust before, ever. And if you don't know how hard it is, then you get it done a piece of piss. And that's how easy it is. I often get people ask me, how do I do a project like this? Albeit it's a very small car compared to the next big one next year in the summer, besides the cabin stuff. Next truck video, which is the Ford, that's a big project, physically big, but not quite as complicated as this one. Anyway, thanks very much for watching, and thanks very much for your support. I totally get it. Money's tight. Just click on the subscribe button at the bottom. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next weekend for a very Merry Christmas, and have a safe one. Thanks, guys.